Good morning, everyone. My name is Paulo Andalaft. I'm the owner of Fit Factor Personal Training in beautiful Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And hello, FAI. Thank you, FAI, for having me as a speaker this year. I'm honored to be here presenting to you. And I'm going to talk to you about how the COVID-19 pandemic changed my business from struggle to success. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you so we can start talking about it. Share screen, share, and here we are. I think you can all see me here. So yeah, let me, there you go. A little bit about me and who I am. Again, I opened my business. I opened Fit Factor in 2001, and we've been in business for about almost 21 years now. So at Fit Factor, we do three things. We do one-on-one personal training, semi-private, and small group personal training specifically for the older adult. We have clients that are healthy individuals and clients with injuries or limitations such as hip, knee, shoulder replacements, cancers, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, multiple sclerosis, HIV. So we work with a broad variety of different clients. Our youngest client at Fit Factor is a 37-year-old breast cancer survivor. Our oldest client is a healthy 87-year-old gentleman. And I would say that the average client age at the business, I would say that is anything between 55 and 65 years old. My background is in sports science. I'm originally from São Paulo, Brazil, born and raised, graduated in 1994. And that's me in the top left picture there, right there. That's me at 20 years old in my very first job in a health club with my team, working for a big box health club as a floor instructor and personal trainer. So that was my very first experience, and I haven't stopped since then. So I'm 51, going to be 51 years old this year. So I've been in the industry for 30 years doing personal training, you know, as a business owner and trainer. I'm on the floor here every day working with my staff. At the bottom here is tennis is my passion. I live and breathe tennis, watch tennis on TV, follow all the tournaments. That is Dr. Juan Duang, one of my personal good friends and a brilliant neurosurgeon here in South Florida. We do once a year trips around Florida looking for tennis courts and immersing ourselves in a tennis clinic. So that was us in Saddlebrook, Tampa, because we wanted to play on the red clay court. It's probably one of the very few places in Florida that has the red clay, like Roland Garros. At the bottom right here is my incredible team. On the left is Mike. Mike is my partner, my life partner, and my business partner. You see on the top there. We've been together for 27 years, and Mike takes care of all the finances at Fit Factor. And then we have Remy. Remy is 58 years old. He's been working with us for almost 5 years, and he's about to enter a bodybuilding show in a few months. Then it's me, then Cesar. Cesar is 42 years old and has been working with us for 5 years. Luana worked for us for about 3 years. She was our intern and graduated with a kinesiology degree from University of Miami and moved to Atlanta to pursue her athletic training career. And so we lost Luana, but she's still part of the family. We still keep in touch with her. And then Derek. Derek's 63 years old and has been working with us here at Fit Factor for 5 years. So that's me and my team. And so let's go ahead. My objectives of this talk is to really share my story about how the COVID positively changed my business. And so we're going to talk about where we were prior to the pandemic and what we did and what we're still doing during the pandemic, and the opportunities that this COVID-19 brought into the fitness industry. I'm going to share my marketing strategies with you. And then at the end, I hope that you have some questions to send it to me. So here where we were prior to the pandemic. So I'm going to try to give you a chronological and logical background of events. So from the day we opened Fit Factory in 2001 until 2017, 101 have been our bread and butter, our core business. And we didn't have a small group program until 2017 when we joined Functional Aging Institute Mastermind program with Dan and Cody. And they suggested and strongly suggested and recommended that we created this program, small group training, because this is really where you can grow the revenues of our business. So in 2017 to 2019, prior to the pandemic, we were really trying to make this happen. We were growing our small group personal training. We were growing somewhat successfully, but because of that, for the 2 years that we were working on it, we kind of lost a little bit of a focus on the 101, in our core business. And we lost a few clients because we kind of move our focus into the growth of the small group. And honestly, a few of our clients didn't appreciate the change. They didn't like to share the studio with 4, 5, 6 other members when they had the studio all for themselves in the past. So we lost a few clients. We're fighting a very saturated and competitive market in Fort Lauderdale. There were group fitness studios open up in every corner, in every direction that you look at it. There was a new business, and we're fighting with them. We're losing ground to them because I have an older business. I have older equipment here. We take great care of it, but these places will open up and they're new and they're nice and they're posh, and they're a lot cheaper. We charge prices above average in Fort Lauderdale, so we're kind of losing some ground to these new businesses opening up, and because of all that, I was really getting burned out. I was tired to put a lot of hours in, and I don't mind working hard, but we were not seeing the results that we were looking for, we wanted to. So that's where we were prior to the pandemic, really trying to grow a program that we weren't very familiar with, and we were losing some of the core business that we had, the saturated market, and I was tired. I was getting burned out. Then pandemic hits, 2020, February, March. Got everybody really scared. That's me and Luana. This is actually when her last day here at Fit Factory, when she had to go to Atlanta. We took this picture. And so we had to shut down for basically the entire month of May, right? The February hit, people were nervous about it. A lot of our clients decided to stop coming to the studio. They were recommending people not to stay indoors or in closed facilities, and then the shutdown came. So we closed for about 1 month, but we didn't panic. We tried to stay calm and informed about what was going on with the COVID-19 and with this virus that was hitting our demographic the hardest. I know if you remember and you know that the older population with underlying conditions were getting hitting the most, and this is exactly the type of clientele that we work with. But we stay calm. We try to stay as informed as possible and try to keep a tight communication with our clients, not only with our clients, but also with our trainers, with my staff. So we had weekly meetings with my staff, with my trainers, just to make sure that we all stay in touch with our one-on-one and small group clients. So I was sending weekly emails, sometimes 2, 3 times a week. I would send an email to our clients, and I was making sure that they understood how important exercise, physical activity really was. So if there was any chance for them to fight this virus, they needed to stay in good shape. We knew that most of the hospitalizations and a lot of the deaths were on people that were not healthy, right? Regardless of the conditions they had or the underlying conditions, they weren't healthy. They were obese, they were overweight, and I remember sending constant email to our clients about, hey, you need to stay in shape, not only for your physical health, but also for your mental health. Everybody's locked down now, and you need to be able to maintain a minimal level of physical activity. That's when we jumped into the virtual training. Um, I didn't know much about virtual training in February, March of last year. Very little understanding of that. And I remember picking up the phone and calling one of my colleagues, Rosa Toledo. She's the owner of Full Circle Fitness in California. So California shut down before Florida did, and she had jumped into the virtual training successfully. So I remember calling her and say, hey, how do we do this, right? So she told me, she sat down with me and on the phone and say, hey, this is what you need to do. You need to download Zoom app or Facebook or FaceTime, teach your clients how to do this, send a how-to tutorial email or video to all your clients that might want to do that. And we were lucky that a lot of our clients did took us up on the virtual training. And so we start virtual training right off the bat. And I remember daily webinars on how to survive the crisis in the fitness industry. So on a daily basis, I was signing up to different webinars to see what other fitness business owners were doing back then, and what they're doing and how they're doing things in order to survive the crisis. So I remember doing that on a daily basis, trying to learn as much as I could, so I could pass it on to my staff, pass it on to my clients. And I remember that the common denominator of all those webinars that I was participating and being involved was communication. Make sure that your clients understand and know that physical activity and exercise might save them from this virus, but it also keep them informed. Keep them in a close relationship with them. Don't let them think that you forgot about them. Make sure that they know you are there for them. So, and that's what we did. I think as fitness professional leaders in the community, we had an obligation to inform our clients of the importance of physical activity and exercise. And so I think that was very important to keep our clients informed, be there for them. Hey, we're here for you. We can train you virtually. And we start going to their house, something that we normally don't do at Big Factor. Our clients come to us that have a space here, but during the pandemic, some clients didn't didn't fit with the virtual training. So we were driving to their homes. I remember I was training a client. He's got a terrace with his sliding glass door, and I would stay on the outside with the glass door closed, and they would stay inside. And I was training. It was a semi-group, semi-private training. So the two of them would stay inside the house. I would stay outside, hot as hell. But I was there for them 3 times a week, and they appreciated that. And then when we were able to reopen the business, we of course increased dramatically and drastically our cleaning and disinfecting procedure. But one of the things that I wanted to make sure that me and my staff were doing, it was to show our clients exactly how we're keeping those procedures. So I wanted our clients that were coming here to physically see that we were cleaning everything before they would touch the equipment. So they would not touch anything that we didn't clean it right in front of them before they touch it. So whatever it was a medicine ball or a rubber band or a dumbbell, we'll clean it, we'll disinfect it, we'll hand it to them, they will do the exercise, we'll take them back, clean it again, and put it away. So I think that having the clients seeing exactly what we were doing helped us. We were constantly cleaning the studio in front of them. Constantly, they would touch the treadmill, we would go there and wipe it off. And they would use a mat, we'll clean it up, right off. So having the clients see what we were doing was very relevant on how we survived the crisis. And we also start, showcasing our services on social media. So I was using social media to post workouts, to our clients that were at home, that didn't want to come or didn't fit the virtual training program. So we were doing daily workouts on social media so they can follow at home. We were doing educational videos for our clients. We were talking about the FAT model. If you don't know what FAT model is the functional aging training model. And talk to Dan and Cody. They were, get a certification in the as a functional aging specialist. You understand that is a great. If you are a functional training specialist, you know what I'm talking about. But we showcase that the 6 domain of the physical function. So I broke it down, and every week I was talking about one of the domain. I was talking about the fundamentals of movement, something that we do here at Big Factor, talking about pushing, pulling, squatting, lunging, hinging, rotating, anti-rotating. So again, I broke it down in weekly, fundamentals and posting them on social media. So it was really showing our clients and everybody else that that we were there for them. This is why we do things. This is how we carry our mission. And so don't do nothing. Do something. Stay engaged. Stay active. But I think the main thing that really helped my business was the mastermind, the functional training aging institute mastermind meetings that Dan created for this coaching program that we're part of it. So he had every Thursday at 2 p.m. a Zoom meeting where about 8 of us, sometimes 10 of us, would sit down and just discuss what we were going through. We were talking about our struggles, we were talking about our success, we were sharing ideas, and that was detrimental to my own, mental health, but for the health of my business, because these people are willing to share what they know, and I was able to apply all that knowledge into my business moving forward, right? So pandemic hit, we kind of stay a little bit of afloat, and but we're in Florida. And Florida, as you might know, had some of the worst cases in the coronavirus, and some of the worst deaths in the country. Um, so that was a real concern to be here to work um, in the fitness industry with this population that was hitting the most, and there was a lot of deaths in numbers. It was a concern for my staff. It was a concern for my clients, but at the same time, we had our economy pretty much open for the most part, right? So a lot of the states in the country are still fighting restrictions, a little bit less now with the vaccination, but through the thick of it, we had our economy open, and I remember driving around Fort Lauderdale and riding my bike, in the business we're going about. I think it was somewhere in October last year. I had some visitors in town, and we went out for dinner on one of the busiest avenues and streets here in Fort Lauderdale, and it looked like there was no pandemic going on, and everybody was out and everybody was out and about. The restaurants were busy. People are being somewhat careful. You'd see people with masks, but you'd see a lot of people without them. So I'm not here to talk about politics, but having the economy open really helped my business to survive. Right? I think if my business had been in California or New York, I'm not sure if we were able to maintain our doors open. And we also were able to take advantage of the Paycheck Protection Program twice. So we didn't get an incredible amount of money, but it was enough to keep our head above water and survive the thick of the pandemic. And then Florida start rolling out vaccinations soon, right? And so I believe that we are the third state in the country with the highest percentage of people fully vaccinated. I think we're at 38%, 40%. I think we're behind California and Pennsylvania on number of people that's fully vaccinated. And that also helped our client, the population, to feel confident and safe going into their lives, going into their businesses and etc. So, the reason I put this slide is because, being in Florida, it was something that it was just it happened to be here, and then we happened to be in Florida, and that allows us to survive and thrive through the pandemic. So let me share where we are now. So this is me and Luana, just showing that I was happy for her that, even though we were sad that she was leaving, I was happy that she was pursuing her dream and her career. And I thought it was a good picture to put there. So our business is really thriving today. For the first time in 21 years in business here at Fit Factor, it's the first time that we have more clients that we can handle it. We have a wait list of clients that want to come work out with us, and unfortunately we don't have time for them. Myself and all my trainers are fully busy. Our schedule are fully occupied. When we joined Functional Aging Training, the mastermind program, Functional Aging Mastermind program, one of the things that Dan and Cody were suggesting is I needed to step down from training as many people and focus on the business. And but that I can't do that, right? I had to take on new clients, because if I would tell Mike, my business partner, that we weren't training clients when I had the time, he would pull his hair out. And so I had to step up, all my trainers stepped up and took clients, when they have families and they have other things to do, but we all got fully busy here, which is awesome. That allows us to start growing back the small group training, because when the pandemic hit, um, we were running about 12 to 14 group workouts a week, and then we had to cut it back to about 4 plus the beach workout. I do a beach workout every Saturday, and we kept that going for the entire time because it was outside. But the small group personal training, we had to decelerate a little bit. But now it's time to start growing back because of that, because we have all these clients on the wait list that want to train on one-on-one. And this is a chance to say, hey, we don't have the one-on-one, but we have this great program, small group program that is up to 5 people and is just as personal. So we're growing that back, and that pandemic is allowing us to fulfill our schedule with one-on-one and start growing the small group personal training. Luckily, and all of our clients and all of our trainees, 100% of our clients and trainers are fully vaccinated, and we have been fully vaccinated for a while. That keeps our clients safe and comfortable by coming to us and start coming back to us. We had, of course, clients that chose to stay home working virtually. Some clients were not doing anything, but now they're coming back because of, we're all vaccinated. So I believe the cheese moved from Who Moved My Cheese. It's a book, an old book that talks about, being able to change with the industry, in the summer, summarize. But I think the COVID-19 pandemic made a shift into the fitness industry. I think now our clientele, the active older adult, which is the clientele, our avatar at Fit Factor, prefer one-on-one rather than group training. And I saw that in the last, over a year, of how many clients that we had, new clients wanting one-on-one personal training rather than a group training. And I think we talked about a little bit this prior to, the one-on-one personal training was losing ground because everything was about in a group. And now our client prefer the one-on-one. So they also prefer a smaller facility where we can control our environment rather than big box health clubs, where it is a little bit more uncontrolled. So they rather become in a smaller business like mine, like Fit Factor, because they feel safe, and they feel comfortable, and they feel confident that we were doing the right things for their safety and for their confidence. And I also think that the pandemic brought the virtual training to stay. So it's not a trend. If you're not doing virtual training with your clients, you should jump on it, because it's not a trend. It's here to stay. It really changed our business in many ways. It changed our business because Fort Lauderdale is a seasonal town. So we have a lot of snowbirds that come June, they will go back to their second homes, and they'll try to stay away from the heat. They'll try to stay away from the hurricane season, and they don't come back until October. So in years prior to the COVID, we would normally see a dip in our revenue on those months, because we would lose those clients. Right? Virtual training wasn't a reality back then. Some of those clients would join a gym in their second home, and a lot of the clients would just not do anything. And all that work that we did with them on the season would all be lost by the time they put back, and would have to start over. And the virtual training allows us to keep a stable revenue throughout the year. We still see a little dip normally would see anything between 30–40% of decline in our revenue. Now we're looking, or we're forecasting about 5–10%, which is huge for a small business like ours. And so virtual training changed the industry. We capitalized on that and really changed our business moving forward. We have awesome clients. So our clients are loyal and supporting. So they've been with us, a lot of our clients for 15–20 years. This is their second home. We've gone through everything together. We've gone through divorces, marriages, birth of grandkids and kids, and diseases and deaths. So we are a tight group of people here at Fit Factor, and they're awesome. So the same way that I shared with you that in the beginning that we were there for them when the pandemic hit, making sure that they knew that whatever they need, we would be there for them. A lot of them came to us and told us the same thing. Hey, we're here for you. We're going to support you through this pandemic because we want a place to work out when this is all over. So a lot of our clients that chose not to work out because of whatever, because of disease, or they have a family member, a wife or a husband that had some underlying conditions and they didn't want to risk that. They told us, keep our payment. Even though I'm not coming, but keep charging us because we want you to stay open. So our clients were awesome. We could not be where we are today if it weren't for the clients that we have. So thanks to all of our Fit Factor clients. And my team have been incredible through this whole time. Since day one, everybody stepped up their game. Everybody, showed up to work day in, day out, knowing the risks that they were taking. All my trainers, all my staff have families, and so they knew that coming to work would put their lives, in a somewhat of a risk. But they, we deliver the same message. We know how important exercise, physical activity really is, and so I couldn't be here, and I could not have done this without the awesome team that I have. So going forward, go back to the one. Let's talk about the opportunities that this pandemic created in the fitness industry. I think it brought a lot of new things in the market, and a lot of these things we capitalized on it. And so I think the first opportunity that the pandemic created was the ability to showcase our services without the need of a physical space, right? So you don't need a studio or a gym to tell your clients what you're doing. And you could do that from your home. You could do that from a coffee shop, anywhere. You could sit down in front of the computer and tell the world what you do and how you do things and how you carry your mission on training, the older adult. And and you can do that through, like we talked about in the beginning, through educational videos, to posting workouts, to interviewing guests. One of the things that I did on the COVID thick when we were locking down, I interviewed all my staff with 10 questions that our clients didn't know about us. So I interviewed them, and then one interviewed me, and we posted them, and we got a great feedback from it. So you really allowed the COVID-19 create the opportunity to showcase, to tell the world how you would do things in the way we do our business without needing a physical space. you can train people online, you can post workouts online, you can do lives, and that it is a way to stay afloat, right? He also created opportunity to discuss uh, mental awareness, emotional awareness with our clients. It's something that the COVID hit us, and a lot of the people were suffering, because they're all of a sudden without the job, they're all of a sudden stuck at home. So it was important to talk about those things. It was important to talk about um, the importance of exercise, the importance of proper nutrition, the importance of social support through this time. And the pandemic allowed us to do that, without being afraid of consequences, right? Um, and that, I think, when you do that, it just reinforce our position as fitness leaders, as the authority in your community, when it comes to training the older adult, right? So when we talk about those things, it makes you more professional. It makes you be the authority and the leader in your community. And then it also created opportunities to buying other business that weren't doing well because of the pandemic. A lot of the business were suffering, and and allow other business to do a merge or to acquire a business. In fact, we were disclosed just before the pandemic hit to acquire a new business. We're about to buy this gym, a much bigger space that we're not doing well before COVID. So COVID did not have anything to do with them not succeeding, but we were looking at it, we're having meetings, we're talking about finances and numbers, and then COVID hit, and unfortunately, it wasn't the right time for us to do that. But I think the COVID pandemic create opportunities for fitness businesses merge or acquire other business, which would be a win-win situation, right? So if somebody was already looking into buying a business, or if you're just opening a business, and now it's a great opportunity to do so. And then if somebody is struggling and need to get out of that situation, you could sell it and try to make out of something like that. So a lot less competition in the market because of a lot of the business have to close doors. So we talked about that in the beginning, how the market was saturated and it was very competitive prior to the pandemic. And now with many fitness business closing, you have a lot more clients that need our services. So they're going to all these places. Now they don't have a place to go. So another opportunity that the COVID pandemic created was that multiplied our demographic target, right? Our target market just doubled or tripled. And these people need a place to work out, and we were able to capitalize on that. And I saw that from new clients that we had that were going someplace else that now are not in business any longer. So another opportunity. And then a lot of people that thought they couldn't afford personal training, couldn't afford group or small group or one-on-one or semi-private. They just thought that a monthly membership would be enough. Now they're realizing and they're finding that having a professional work with them is more important. So now they think differently about their health, and that create opportunity to grow our business. We were there for them. Hey, come here. I'll take good care of you. And so now they rethink about how they spend their money because they're investing in their health. People who never exercised before now finding themselves that they need to do something. Like we talked about in the beginning, the pandemic exposed a major problem, a bigger problem, where it was the lack of wellness and health in our society. So I think the news were clear about that, and now our clients, especially our target market, the older adult, understand the importance of staying healthy, staying fit in order to fight whatever it is. And we see here at our studio with our clients with different, limitations or diseases, that they just get better with training, with physical activity. And also people that didn't have time to exercise, that did not have time to exercise because they're so busy and they're traveling and they're working, and the COVID created that time in their lives. Now they cannot use the excuse that I don't have the time to exercise anymore, because they're at home, they can work from home. And again, we saw that with our growth in the one-on-one training. People that they work around our schedule and say, hey, I'm working from home now. Whatever time you have, I'll make it work. And I said, but I don't have any time. We're so busy. Just find time for me, whatever it is, 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They're working too early because they do have time. Just one more thing, as in the fitness industry, just to tell you how it changed Fit Factor. We used to be very busy in the morning from 5 o'clock until about 11 or noon. And then we would have this break, which is very common in the fitness industry, in studios like mine. And we have the break from about noon to 3, 4 o'clock. And then we'll start picking up again 4 o'clock for the people that would come after work. So between noon, 12 p.m. to about 3, 4, we would have this big gap. Nobody would come here. That's not the case anymore. We were completely busy throughout the day, and then allows us to finish the day a little bit earlier. We still see a few clients, we still run a small group program in the evening, but we don't work. Our business, it's done by 6:30, 7 o'clock. We don't see anybody after that. But we start early and we go throughout the day. So pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic create a lot of opportunities. I think we should have been able to capitalize in a lot of them. I hope that I'm giving you some ideas of how to use those opportunities in your own business, right? So here's a graphic that I found it on the MindBody website, the MindBody software website, and they made a research asking clients what they're looking for in the fitness facilities today, right? And number one there says that clients are looking for facilities that follow rigorous sanitation guidelines, and that's at a 92%. And the reason I wanted to put that there is that I think what we did here, making sure that our clients saw physically, visually saw the way we're cleaning our facility, and not allowing them to touch anything that had not been sanitized and disinfected just before they handle it, made a big difference. And I can see that is the truth. Reducing the number of clients allowed in the business. Through the middle of the pandemic, because we had the time and we had less clients coming in, I was able to make sure that there was never more than 6 to 8 people at any given time at the studio. So the small group personal training program, in the thick of it, went fully virtual. So we're doing all that training virtual, and then we start bringing in person as the CDC allowed us to do so. But for the one-on-one, I was able to maintain no more than 6 people here. So we worked around our schedule, myself and my trainers, and we would make sure that in every hour, there was never more than 3 trainers with their clients here. So no more than 6 people working in about 2,000 square feet. We kept everybody socially distanced. So I think that also helped us, the clients feel confident and safe in my environment. Changes in the physical layout to facilitate social distancing. I think this is something else that we did. One of them, everybody did it. If you work in a health club or if you own a gym or a studio, we all put the lines, on the floor. We put tape on it. I placed tapes 8 feet apart from each other. Before the pandemic, our small group would run for no more than 6 people. I ditched one, so I think we made our small group program no more than 5 people. And but the main thing that I think maintain our clients confident and comfortable by coming to Fit Factor is that I have a wall dividing my studio. So my studio is about, like I said, 2,000 square feet with a wall right in between. And then I have 2 passages that you can go from one side to another. And I've always hated this wall. And I've always wanted to break it down and create one open space. But we couldn't, we leased the space. The landlord would not allow us to do so. And that was a godsend, because with that wall in between the 2 sides, now I can keep, 8 people total, my 4 trainers at all the time here, me and the other 3 working all day long, or I can have 2 trainers and their 2 clients on one side and 2 trainers and their clients on the other side. Even if we run semi-private training at any given time, there's never more than 10 to 12 people together here. So that creates a safety for our clients, and they appreciated that. So all these things that clients are looking for, we were doing it, one way or the other. We're doing it. Contactless payment. All of our payment is online. We don't exchange credit card. We don't exchange money. Everything is an auto debit, whether it's one-on-one or a small group. Everything is through the software. They can do that from their home, or I can do that from my computer. And we always require, through the thick of it, all of our clients were wearing masks. All of our trainers were wearing masks. That again maintain our clients comfortable and safe. And in the last 3, we never had a sanitation certification. We do require new clients to wear a mask until we know that they're either vaccinated or we get to know them more. But in the temperature check, we bought a thermometer, but we never really used that. Honestly, I don't believe that checking the temperature would tell if somebody was COVID positive or not. We know that by the time somebody will develop a fever, they already been into their most contagious phase, a few days before that. And we also knew that many cases clients would not develop any temperature. But anyway, that's just a fact there. So here's where our cells are for a comparison of 2019, 20, and 21. So 2019 is the blue line, 20 is the yellow, 21 is the red. So you can see that through May of 19, I just wanted to close at May because this is where I finished this presentation. I took this graphic, and by the time I finished the presentation, we had not closed entirely month of May. So January, we're running just over 30K. In January, February, a little bit just on top of it, and it will stay in that category. In 2020, on the yellow, you can see where February, March, April, May, because of the pandemic, we had the dip. And then 2021, how much our sales increased. And I know that for May, if I would do this graphic today, we'll be close to 40K again. So our growth year over year until April 2021 was just under 49%, which is big for us, and I'm very happy with that. So let's talk about our marketing strategy, what we did to create this positive outcome from the COVID. So like I talked in the beginning, we did social media advertising, we used Facebook advertising, but that wasn't what created success. So we acquired a few good clients from that type of advertising, but I realized that was not what we were looking for. The Facebook ad, social media ad is not where we would find our avatar client. I'll take partially responsibility of the fact that we were not successful with the social media ad, because if you know anything about that type of advertising algorithm, the advertising will generate hundreds of leads a month, right? And when we were doing it, we're having 100, 200 leads a month, but those leads require a systematic follow-up with emails, with phone calls, with text messages. And I just did not have the manpower to do so, nor I had the time. It takes time to do it. But mainly, I just don't have the personality to do it. Right? I don't like people saying no to me or being rude to me on the phone. So we would place this ad and hey, this is what we're offering. And we all these people say, hey, I'm interested. And I'll pick up the phone and call and say, hey, this is Paulo from Fit Factor. I'm calling about you're interested in our program. And they'll scream at you on the phone, or they say no, and they'll hang up, and they'll ruin my day. I remember talking to Dan about, I can deal with this, right? So get somebody else to do it. And I didn't have somebody else, but the reason I say that is that was not, or that is not where our client really are. Our clients are in different places, and then I'll go over that. We do some printing advertising, very little, but I think that printing in local magazines in your neighborhood or in your community is a good way to maintain your brand recognizable, and it's a good way to tell your community that you're still around. And but I think that type of printing advertising should be tied to an article. So when we do a printing ad, we make a deal with the magazine or with the so I can write an article along with that ad, right? So I write an article about exercise for the active older adult or whatever it is, but instead of just doing the ad, make sure that you attach an article to show your community that you're the leader and you're the fitness expert in that community. So very small. We do have a lot of Maven clients. And by Maven clients, I mean the clients that are well known in our community. And when they open their mouth, their outreach is big. And we have a few of those clients that when they talk good things about us, you resonate a lot with other people that will, that wants to know that. So they help us grow our business because they're always out there talking good and positively about Fit Factor. And we get a lot of clients from those Maven ones. We have good relationship with our local organizations. So we're part of the Chamber of Commerce, the Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce. We're part of, here in Florida, it's Fort Lauderdale There are three main organizations where our clients belong, or they're there, which is the Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce. There's something called the Riverwalk Trust and the Tower Forum. So this is where we find our clients. This is where we find the affluent, active, older adult, the people that wants to golf and wants to go boating and wants to play with their grandkids, and they're active and um, they need the exercise. So we have a tight relationship with them, where we go to network meetings. I do some public speaking every once in a while. You know, with the COVID, we had to stop that. But as soon as the COVID, or we were able to get in-person meetings, network meetings, I was invited to do a talk for this Chamber of Commerce event. So make sure that you do have a relationship with the local organizations in your community. We also very lucky that we have a good relationship with Holy Cross Hospital in town. You know, it's a great organization. I happen to, one of my personal good friends is a sports medicine doctor in this organization. So we have a lot of referrals from his office. I happen to train one of the top hip and knee replacement doctor in Fort Lauderdale, and he's one of my clients. We also have a lot of referrals from his office. And talk to physical therapists. You have to know the physical therapists in your area, in your community, because they are a great source of referrals also. Massage therapists, chiropractors, other athletic trainers, or other trainers that work with a different population that you do. So make sure that in your community, you try to know your neighbors, right? Because the business might not have direct impact on what you're looking for, but they might know other people that they can refer to you. But my number one source of clients are really our own clients, right? So referral, referral, referral. Since day one, since I opened Fit Factor, this has been our main source of clients, is the clients that we already have. And the way we do that is to providing our clients with the best experience they can possibly have on their day, right? Because if they come here and you wow them and you do a great service, they will come back, and they're not only going to come back, but they're going to refer you to their friends, to their wives, to their husbands, to their whatever it is. So they're going to bring a lot of the people. I'll give an example. Mr. Harlow is a client, 73-year-old, that start working out on the small group program when we first opened in 2017. And he still continues to come twice a week in person, once at the beach. Once he started coming, he brought his daughter, which now is the 37-year-old breast cancer survivor that we have. Now she works out 3 times a week on a one-on-one program with Derek. He brought his wife. She's got MS, multiple sclerosis. She also works out 3 times a week on a one-on-one program. And the 2 sons, that one does a small group, the other one does one-on-one program. So we start training Mr. Harlow, Phil, and then within 6 months, his whole family is training with us. So you really have to deliver great service so your clients will refer you to everybody they know, right? So don't only satisfy your client. Make sure that your clients are delighted with your service, and they're going to send everybody they know to you. So I think this is it. I think this is my last slide. I'm gonna just talk about some takeaways from this presentation. I think don't panic, whatever challenging situation you face. Make sure you stay calm, you stay informed. You know, information is knowledge, knowledge is power, you know that. So I think that's something that we help to stay calm, stay informed, keep our clients calm and informed about what was going on. Look for opportunities in every challenging situation, because there's always some positive to take out of this. Don't shy away. Go out and look for whatever opportunity might have to get you out of that situation. Communication is key. I learned that, the tighter communication we had, the more benefits we got from it. So really stay, talking to your clients, talk to your staff, talk to your trainers. It's very important. Network with other fitness professionals was crucial for me, and Functional Aging Institute is a wonderful source to find this fitness professional. They're there to really help you, and they want you to succeed. They want you to be the best that you can be. So networking is important, and create a wow factor. Again, don't just simply deliver your service, deliver your service to the best as you can, because your clients will bring you more clients, and then they're going to be more clients. So this is it. Thank you very much for listening to me, and stay and stick it around. I hope you have some questions for me. This is my information, my email, my phone number, my cell number is all there. I hope you take note. Send me whatever question you want to know. I'll be happy to answer each and every one of them. And again, Functional Aging Institute, Dan, Cody, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure to get to know you guys and know all of you. And I'll see you soon. Don't forget, I'm doing another talk about how to succeed on one-on-one personal training business for the older adult. So stay tuned on that as well. Have a great day. Thank you again.